What is the easiest way for a mix engineer to win a Grammy? This is going to be an interesting video. Hey everyone, I'm Cole Caparoon. Thank you for stopping by for another video. Now, we got to back up in time. For most of my 21 or 22 year career, my singular goal, my very top goal, the pinnacle of what I wanted for my career was to win a Grammy. Now that's no longer the very pinnacle of what I want for my career. That's a topic for another video. I've been preaching on this channel for years how to get more clients, how to get more paying clients, how to level up. And the other day, I asked ChatGPT, what's the easiest way for a mix engineer to win a Grammy? And its answer was incredible. And I know some of you are thinking, well, why in the world would you ask ChatGPT this? Side note, hang out with me for just a second while I explain this. I have had the paid version of ChatGPT for a couple years now, and I have been using it for a couple years as like a brainstorming partner. Since I work in this room by myself all day, every day, I brainstorm with it on how to come up with titles and thumbnails for these videos. I brainstorm with it on how to navigate my career. I brainstorm with it on how to create content for social media. It's been a wonderful brainstorming partner for me personally. But just recently, I have been using it instead of Google to search for things. This started when I saw somebody talk about uploading their blood work to it and suggesting supplements. So I did the same like a week ago. I uploaded all my blood results, my blood work, and I asked it to help analyze it and suggest supplements for me. And it did a wonderful job. Not only did it suggest great supplement choices, it suggested which ones to take separately from others to make sure they worked the best. It's pretty unreal. Yesterday, I was looking for a new pair of sunglasses. I promise this is worth it. Hang out with me. I was looking for a new pair of sunglasses. I have a pair of Smith sunglasses that I absolutely love, and I love the size of them. I've got a big head. For those of you that have never met me in person, I'm not a small individual, and I have a large head. And so regular size glasses look goofy on me. I like these ones that I have. They're super large. And you can find the dimensions of these glasses on the Smith website. And then if I want a different pair, I have to look up the dimensions and then search through a billion other pairs of sunglasses and figure out like, well, what are the same ones? What are other models that have similar dimensions so they'll look similar on my head? And instead I was like, I wonder if ChatGPT can do this. And so I just typed in, I said something like, can you suggest a bunch of pairs of sunglasses that have similar dimensions and fit to the Smith, whatever the model of sunglasses was? And in 3.5 seconds, I had 10 different options from different companies of sunglasses that had very similar dimensions. And I was just like, that would have taken me hours to Google to find. It would have taken an infinite amount of time to find. What else can ChatGPT do that I've not been using it for? And the first thing that popped in my head was, can ChatGPT tell me how to win a Grammy? And yes, it can, which was shocking, and also shocking at how good the answer was. There is some unbelievable advice in ChatGPT's answer, so I want to read it for you. So I asked ChatGPT, what is the easiest way for a mix engineer to win a Grammy? And ChatGPT, and this is in a single second, by the way, said the easiest way for a mix engineer to win a Grammy is to work on Grammy-winning or Grammy-nominated project as part of the credited team. And I was like, well, no, duh. Of course that's how you do it. I expected some lame answer like this. And then it said, here's how to position yourself for that path. And I was like, oh, interesting. Number one, engineer for artists that are already in the Grammy conversation. Collaborate with established or Grammy-nominated artists, producers, or labels. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's fair, but you know, kind of a vague answer. And then it said, if you're not on that level yet, build with emerging artists who have industry buzz or label backing. And I'm like, more interesting. Tell me more. It says number two, mix on albums eligible in a major or technical categories. And I was like, okay. It says focus on high profile albums submitted for Album of the Year, Record of the Year, or genre-specific categories. Now, this is an interesting one because I have quite a few friends who have won Grammys in like kind of jazz or blues rock, or like there's like a bunch of subgenres that there's just not nearly as much competition for. I'm not taking anything away from the people that have won Grammys in those categories, but it is easier to win a Grammy in those categories than Pop Album of the Year, for instance. And I was like, okay. It says, ensure you receive official credit. Only officially credited engineers and mixers are eligible. Great advice. And then it says, work with Grammy affiliated producers. Build relationships with producers who consistently work on Grammy-nominated projects. And I'm like, I've been preaching this on this channel for years now. That's an unbelievable piece of advice, to build relationships. It even said build relationships with producers who consistently work on Grammy-nominated projects. It says producers often bring their trusted mixers into the fold, which is 100% true and correct. Number 4, join the Recording Academy. Yes, absolutely. Of course, if you want to be considered for a Grammy, you have to join the Academy. I'm not a member yet. That's a topic for a different video. Become a member to build your network, get access to events, and eventually vote if eligible. Number 5, maintain killer credits and reputation. A strong track record of great mixes, timely delivery, and artist trust is essential. I'm like, this is fantastic advice. This is the best advice. One standout project can catapult you into Grammy territory. 100% true. I have friends here in Nashville who have worked on a single very successful project. They had other moderately successful things, but one project catapulted them into Grammy status and into success after that. There's no guaranteed shortcut, but aligning yourself with Grammy caliber talent and consistently delivering Grammy caliber work is the closest thing to a hack. Absolutely unbelievable advice. This is literally perfect. And then it says, want ideas on how to get in the room with Grammy tier producers and artists? And I said, yes, please. At this point, I'm fascinated because so far, some of this stuff is like, well, of course, that it's pretty common sense. And other things that it has suggested so far, I'm like, I'll bet most people wouldn't even think of it this way. But this is exactly how I look at it and exactly what I've been doing for the past decade or so. So it says, want ideas on how to get in the room with Grammy tier producers or artists? I said, yes, please. It says, here's how to strategically get in the room with Grammy tier producers and artists as a mix engineer. It says, work with their inner circle first. Target their collaborators, up-and-coming songwriters, producers, vocal producers. Indie label A&Rs often have more accessible entry points. 100% correct. Why it works. Big-name artists listen to trusted team members. If someone they trust recommends you, you're in. 100%, that works. Some of the biggest stuff that I've worked on was a recommendation from someone else. I had never worked with this client before, and I got recommended by someone who I had worked with, and this much bigger, much more successful artist decided to hire me. 100%. This is spot on. Example, mix a rising songwriter's demo that ends up becoming a pitch for a major artist. 100%. It is so incredibly common here in Nashville that the demo, whoever ends up working on the demo, will end up working on the release, or they'll end up using a majority of the demo for the release. Number 2, build a fire portfolio with viral or breakout artists. It's getting a little bit presumptuous with the vocabulary here. It says, identify artists gaining traction via TikTok, YouTube, or Spotify editorial playlists. 100%. Offer a great rate or even spec mixes for a killer song with high potential. 100%. Grammy level producers always scout these scenes for talent. 100%. Example, a viral artist lands a major deal and wants to keep their original team. You're now their go-to mix engineer. 100%. Now, I've also lost a lot of clients this way, where I launch them, they become successful, they sign a deal, and then the record label's like, nope, you're going to our producer, our mix engineer. That's definitely been a thing that I have experienced a lot throughout my career, where I literally help launch an artist and then they get snatched up by a label and taken away from me. A little frustrating, but this also does happen for sure. Number 3. I held up 2. Number 3, cold outreach with leverage. Find a common thread. Hey, I just mixed X for Y and saw you produced Z. I love the sound, would love to collaborate. I have done this countless times. Someone shares, a producer that I love shares a mix that I've done because they like the song or they're friends with the artist, and I reach out to them, I reply to their Insta story, and I'm like, hey, I mixed that, thanks so much for sharing. Love to collaborate with you as well sometime. I've gotten lots of clients that way. That's 100% valid. Make it ultra relevant, reference their sound, workflow, or even gear you both use. Yes. Keep it short, professional, and non-needy. 100% yes. Number 4, attend the right events, not just NAMM or AES. I'm guilty of this, 100%. Go to songwriting camps, private listening parties, academy mixers. These are less crowded, more curated, often lead to real relationships, not just selfies and small talk. I'm pretty much only going to NAMM, and I probably need to change that. This is a piece of advice that I need to take to heart and do better myself. Create content that gets noticed by the pros. Pros split screen breakdowns of your mix approach, showcase mix transformations of real songs with permission, tag relevant collaborators. Producers often see these posts and take note. Again, 100% works. This YouTube channel has allowed me to become actual friends, acquaintances with some and actual friends with other, of people that just 5 years ago I considered to be heroes. 5 years ago I looked up to their work immensely, and now we text often. 100% create the content. Number 6, build your reputation locally, dominate regionally. Become the best mixer in your city or scene. 100%. Grammy tier talent frequently reaches down to find fresh blood that's already killing it somewhere else. 100%. I am so blown away by that amount of info from 2 prompts, and I think that 90% of what ChatGPT said is spot on. It's what we should all be doing. And this is not sponsored by ChatGPT. This is sponsored by Sweetwater. We'll get on to an ad read in a little bit, so hang out. The idea that if you prompt ChatGPT correctly, you can get seriously valuable industry career advice is crazy. Like, those are such simple prompts. It's an interesting thing that, like, I don't use Google anymore. After this past week, I need to stop my screen recording. This past week, I don't use Google at all anymore. I'm just using ChatGPT. Every product that I'm looking for, I was looking for shoes the other day. I'm looking at industry advice. I'm analyzing blood work. I'm asking about compressors and interfaces. Like, it is so unbelievably useful, and all you have to do is go to the website or download the app, and it's free. The paid version is better for sure, but it's free to get started, and you can literally start brainstorming with someone, ChatGPT being someone, who is infinitely more experienced than you and has the ability to reach into every single conversation and every single video that's ever been posted on the internet and summarize it and give you a packaged step-by-step. I'm completely blown away by this. And I'm completely blown away by how incredibly accurate and relevant most of that advice was. It's absolutely incredible. Again, absolutely not sponsored by ChatGPT. I'm so shocked by that. And that question, what's the easiest way for a mix engineer to win a Grammy, was like a throwaway question. I had literally just asked it about sunglasses, and it blew my mind with how fast and complete the answer was on sunglasses that it suggested to me, that then I was like, let's go for a hard one. How you win a Grammy? And I was like assuming that it would be all BS, that it would be mostly nonsense, all fluff and no real advice. That is crazy. And that's even something that it made me realize, even though I've known this, it was definitely a wake-up call for me. There's a couple things that I still need to be doing that I'm not doing for my career. Something that we should all be doing. I have links in the description down below for every single piece of gear that I use. Those links go to Sweetwater. Anytime you guys need any piece of musical gear, you can jump on any video of mine, click on any link in the description below. Once you're on the site, you can purchase anything you need and it costs you nothing extra. But when you do that, it goes a long ways to help support this channel, and those links go to Sweetwater. So thank you so much, Sweetwater, for sponsoring this video and sponsoring just about all of my videos. Sweetwater has been an absolute incredible partner helping me keep making these videos, and you guys clicking on those links and when you need to purchase something goes a long ways to help me keep making these videos. And so I really appreciate you guys using the links, and I really appreciate Sweetwater sponsoring this video. That's gonna do it for me. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a fun video for me, and this is a fun experiment, and I am going to use ChatGPT nonstop. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.